Ron Paul and his team are trying tricky Harry Pizicki moves at the convention. Bring it down, dude. Bring it down. They're at a 10. They need to be at a 2. They're like, oh, we've got all these delegates that we collected in Maine in all these different places, and they won't let us seat the delegates. We're going to have delegate fights. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there's 2 problems with this. Number one, you're wrong. So what do I mean by you're wrong? In Iowa, you remember how Santorum and Romney, in effect, really tied. Santorum wound up beating him by a couple of votes. And Ron Paul did well. He came in 3rd, but he was clearly 3rd. Well, during the delegate selection, they went in there and they got a whole bunch of Ron Paul people to take most of the delegates from Iowa. So Santorum and Romney didn't win the most delegates. Ron Paul did. But that's not what the caucus voting indicated. They just kind of stole it, right? And then they're like, oh, that's it. That's our delegates. Ha, ha, ha. Our delegates, our delegates. No, but wait, that's stupid. So that they want to change the RNC rules so that people can't do that in the future, and that whatever the vote is based on the primary or the caucus, that's who the delegates go to. That's actually perfectly logical. That's like the very rare logical thing Republicans have done. And by the way, it's pro-democratic. It goes towards how people voted. The Ron Paul people want to do like political maneuvering behind the scenes and basically steal these votes. That's dumb. It's not fair. And look, I agree with Ron Paul's positions, I don't know, at least 40% of the time. I agree with Mitt Romney's positions approximately 0% of the time. So would I rather have Ron Paul running for president? Definitely. But not this way. This is silly, right? And it's not right. And the second rule change is, you know, I have mixed feelings about it. If you win the majority in 5 states, and Ron Paul only got 4 states this time around, even with the tricky Harry Pizicki nonsense, right? Then, you know, you could be nominated at the convention. They're changing the rules so they have to get the majority in 8 states. But that goes to my point number 2. Who cares? Who cares if you're nominated at the convention? Okay, well, you're going to lose anyway. The other guy has more delegates, much more delegates. So what, at the end you go, hey, we were nominated. High five. And then what happens? Okay, like the Ron Paul guys, they got so into this thing and they got so wrapped up in it that they felt like, we got to get something out of it. Something, anything, right? We got to get nominated. And then what happens after that? I don't know, but we got to get nominated. I worked too damn hard for this thing not to get nominated, right? And then the platform, we got to change that and to an or. And that the needs to be capitalized. We got to have our say on the platform. What difference does it make? They don't listen to the platform anyway. Look, their platform is important in terms of the policy positions they put out there, saying this is what we would like to do. That's why we talk about it from time to time. That's why we talked about it on today's show, right? But in terms of legislation, it's not like if Ron Paul's people got something into the platform that the rest of the Republicans did not agree with, that their presidential candidate did not agree with, that somehow it would magically become a law. That's not how it works. So all of your effort is much ado about nothing. Again, I'm a guy who would much rather have you win, right? But you didn't win. So that's a sad day for you. Here's what you got to do. That was packing it up and walking away. Okay, pack it up. Okay, you're done, son. You gave it a nice try. It didn't work. That's the reality. Oftentimes, unfortunately, Ron Paul supporters have a little issue with reality.